Hello everyone, my name is Via, and in this video review we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Beast Wars Transmetals Depth Charge. I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited to play with this guy again. So, before we take a look at the figure proper, we're going to take a look at the box he comes in. Because yes, I bought this guy boxed. I spent a lot of money on this that I'm not going to disclose. So, you can see down here, Transformers Beast Wars, picture of depth charge there, large, no, actually, instead of bringing it closer, why don't I just bring the camera up? Stupid. So, big window there where the figure would sit. It says Transmetals there. Heroic maximal depth charge. On the side of the box, you have Beast Mode, All Terra Assault Vehicle, Ultra Robot. On the other side, same thing. On the top, you have Cyber Shark Drone, Dual Torpedoes, Energon Cutlass, and Multi-Grenade Launcher. That same piece of artwork there. On the bottom, just promo for some other figures that I really want to get, as well as the proof of purchase, and you can see it's Kenner 1998 Hasbro. On the back of the box, you have pictures of the figure, 3-mode conversion, little stat card there that you can cut out, but I'm not going to. And on the back, a little brief explanation of the Transmetals. You can pause that now if you want to read that, because I'm not going to. And that's it for the box. So coming back to depth charge, let me bring the camera back down a little bit. For some context as to why I'm so excited, this is my favorite Beast Wars figure, and he's definitely one of my favorite characters in the show. And I did manage to find a new in-box one, a relatively new in-box, for a price I was willing to pay. So he's in immaculate condition and complete, and it's gorgeous. Oh man, isn't that pretty? So, starting up here at the front, you got his little rubbery little mandible things there. Eyes picked out in yellow, along with all of this nice silver chrome. Got some metallic blue there in the chrome, but he is depth charge. You can see some more of that chrome there. The wings are in this nice shiny blue plastic with purple and yellow there on the wings. Some yellow back here. Some gold chrome here on the top. Little fin back there, as well as the long tail. Underside, you can see the underside of the wings has this nice teal color there, as well as some gold chrome maximal symbols. Some nice purple plastic there. The underside is pretty clean for Beast Wars. You can kind of see these little stingers here in chrome. But yeah, it's a gorgeous alt mode. He's definitely one of my favorite designs in Beast Wars, especially during the Transmetals era. Very, very cool. Now, articulation, it's a manta ray, so it does have a little bit here in the wings. These can hinge up and down right there, and also hinge up and down here at the tip. The ends of the wings here are on a hinge, and then the tail has two joints, has a joint here and a joint here. So that can, I'm sure you can make it more natural than that, but you can make it look like it's swimming, which is pretty cool. Set him down here. Now, for accessories, he does include his gun here, which I believe the box refers to this as Cyber Shark Drone, but it is, just a gun. It's done in the same blue plastic with yellow eyes and some more of that silver, or not silver, teal painted in with the gray triggers. The two yellow missiles in the front, which do fire think that's the only time I've ever had both of them fire well, which is pretty good that that was on camera then. And they do just fit back in. They do only fit in one way because they have this like groove that has to go into, has to go in the gun a specific way. Now, this can store. There is a little port there, and if we come to the underside here, there's a peg right there that this can just peg into. You know, just get that pegged in. My only grievance is that the little peg sticks down a little bit, and I'm not a fan of just setting him on that peg. I display him in robot mode holding it anyway, but that is a place for it to go. We'll leave it there for right now. And his other accessory for robot mode is integrated into the alt mode, so we'll get to that a little bit later, but he does also come with these. He comes with 7 of these little discs. You can see they have notches at the top and bottom, and some, you know, decent, if simple painting, or not painting, sculpting, I mean, cast in this yellow plastic, and they look pretty nice. Because this guy does have a missile, or a disc launching feature. I will actually take this off. For right now, you grab this chrome panel here at the front and just open that up. And you can see underneath is the rub sign, which actually doesn't work on mine because if you can kind of see there, it's reversed. So if I like rub it, like, the background will change color, but the symbol stays black. So I don't know. I got a defective rub sign on mine, and not a big deal, but that is where the rub sign is underneath this panel. And you can see there are some grooves there and there that you can load these discs into. All 7 of them will fit in the top. They do have to go in that specific way. We'll just load all of them in for right now. That closes up. You can see they do stay in there. They don't come out, which is nice. And the button to activate this gimmick is this blue fin here. So you can grab it back here and fire the discs. And it will fire as fast as you can pull that little trigger, so we'll try to do that. And that is a fun gimmick. I really quite like that gimmick. And it's also nice that it works in both modes, which we'll show it off again when we get to robot mode. Now, before we do that, for comparison, here he is with Combiner Wars Alpha Bravo, just so you can kind of get a sense of how he scales. There, you can see he is rather large in comparison to a deluxe. Get him out of the way. Here he is next to the Figma Kyoko Sakura. And for my last comparison, my only other Beast Wars figure, another Transmetal, a Transmetal 2 actually. Here he is next to Transmetal 2 Cheetor. These two were my childhood faves. Besides God Jinrai, my actual favorite Transformer of all time, these were my 2 Beast Wars guys, and they were my favorites. I loved these two so much. And they look pretty good together. You know, coming from the same era of the show, they look really nice side by side. So we'll get Cheetor out of here for right now because we have a transformation to do. So to start off that, you're going to want to come back here and grab the tip of the tail, and it comes off. And this becomes his Energon Cutlass in robot mode. It's supposed to be a sword, but we'll show that off a little bit later. So now for the transformation proper. The directions actually show, I'll talk about the wings later. The wings have a lot of customization. So you unpeg them here. You see there's a port there for a big peg to go into. And rotate them, extend them out on their big purple arms, and then you can just rotate them up. unpeg them, rotate them, bring them out, and just rotate them down like that. Next, you want to come to the eyes here, and they will fold out to form the legs. So you can fold those out on both sides. And then the blue parts of the waist unpeg. You can see there's a peg that goes into the port there, and on this side, it's a peg that goes into a port, like that. You can bring this panel up, and then this whole gray section, you can see it's on hinges here, pulls up all the way, and then we'll rotate down and over. I don't know if that was hard to see, but it will come up and then rotate down like that. I'm gonna raise the camera so it's a bit easier for you guys to see. It gets a little difficult with the wings in the way. You can rotate these armatures right now to get them out of the way. And this whole section will rotate around at that joint like that. You want to bring the waist together, and they will peg together and flatten out that joint. And then you want to collapse the hinges up, and then that clip will clip in right there to hold that in place. So you can get this lined up and snap it in. And then you have the legs all done. Oh, actually, you don't have the legs all done because you don't have the feet open. So just open the feet and fold out the heels. You know, just open the feet and heels like that. And then he has all of this back here. And to mitigate this, the tail comes down and forms a tripod for him to stand up. So now that I have him standing, I can lower this back down a little bit. So the arms come down here. You just push them down like that, and then they rotate out on this hinge. You just rotate them out. Just bring them around on these hinges, and they will snap into place with that peg and that clip. Shoulders will snap in. Come to this chrome panel, flip it around, form the head. The arms open up down here like this. Bring the stinger down and rotate the hand out and push it back up. Close that back up like that. The same thing for this side. Bring that down, rotate it, bring it up, and close the arm like that. That's most of the robot mode done. Now the wings are a bit of an issue, because if you saw in the box, they have them configured in a weird way. I found a way that works for me, but they aren't on a series of hinges. They are on this whole armature swivels at this point, has a hinge at this point, a swivel above that, a hinge right at the wing, and a swivel on the wing itself. So there are plenty of joints there for you to get it however you want it to look. I'm just going to be doing it the way I like to display it. But again, there's all of those joints there for you to work at your leisure. So the way I like to do it is rotate the wing in at this joint, and then collapse, turn him around here. Oops. And then collapse it down here, and then rotate the wing back up and in. So to have the joints kind of configured like that. You know, like I said, that's what works for me. But if you have a way you prefer, you can probably find it. Now, this isn't in the directions, but this butt flap is a little annoying. But what you can do is just bring it up. And it is tight enough that it will stay up, but the wings can also kind of hold it in place if yours is a little looser. And there you have depth charge in his robot mode. And he is just as pretty as his manta ray mode. That is very, very nice. As much as I'd love a masterpiece of this guy, like the original toy is almost perfect. You know what I mean? Like he's a little wide here in the waist, a little blocky here under his arms, and you know, obviously, like he obviously looks like a Beast Wars toy, but I mean, he looks amazing. he hasn't aged nearly as much as some other Beast Wars toys. You know, I'm incredibly impressed with how well he aged. You know, I loved him as a kid, and I still love him now. He's absolutely gorgeous. So let's get in close on the head sculpt. You can see it definitely looks very show accurate with the nice red painted eyes and the swooshed back sculpt with the yellow on the face and the kind of G2 looking funnel mouth. Some more of that nice teal. You can see he's got some eyes there on the chest. The shoulders are in blue with the red biceps and the chromed out hands. Blue waist. He's got some pink thighs and some chrome thigh bits. Chrome lower legs with pink innards. And the wings are the exact same as the robot mode. They're just as pretty. He does stick out a little bit. This is the one thing that, like, in an updated figure could do better is, one, not have to use the tail as a tripod, but then two, also be able to just compress this down a lot more, because it does stick out quite far, and that's the one issue with displaying this guy is he sticks out very far on the shelf. But even that can't really distract me from how gorgeous this figure actually looks. Man, looks super nice. Now, for accessories, the disc launching gimmick still does work. You just want to open that panel on the head, and there's the port. You can just load the disc in. Actually, loaded it in wrong. There we go. Load the disc in, and it will still fire. This time out of his chest. So that does still work. And then, you know, his gun can peg into his hand like that. And the sword has a peg on the end that will also fit into the hand. Just like that. So, articulation, we'll pull the accessories off of him for right now. Articulation-wise, the head is on a swivel, can rotate all the way around. The shoulders are on a rotation, and they can rotate basically all the way around. You are at the mercy of the tripod, which is a little unfortunate, but you can still get some decent poses. The arms only move out that far, which is, again, kind of unfortunate, but that's far enough. You know, the biceps can swivel, and the elbows can bend a little bit more than 90 degrees. Nothing at the wrist. Nothing really at the waist. I guess if you bring the butt flap down, you could use that as like a pseudo waist joint, but I don't like that because it's kind of the middle of his torso, which doesn't make any sense. Hips are ball jointed, and they can move around a little bit. You can kick forward that far, can kick back basically all the way. Can only kick out that far, which is a little unfortunate. The knees, that's kind of the official knee joint, so that can bend that far, but you can work the bottom joint if you want even more curl. It'll just make his lower legs really short. And the feet can kind of pivot up and down, as well as the toes and heels can move independently. So, yeah, there is depth charge. So, for comparison, here he is with Combiner Wars Alpha Bravo. So you can see how he scales with modern deluxe class Transformers. You can see he's quite a bit taller. Here he is next to the Figma Kyoko Sakura from Motoko Magica. So you can see just about how big he is compared to a slightly smaller Figma. And here he is next to Transmetal 2 Cheetor. And I believe the scale on this is slightly off. Like, I'm pretty sure Cheetor is supposed to be a bit closer to his size. But I have not watched Beast Wars in quite a while, so maybe I'm wrong. But either way, the designs look good together, in my opinion at least. And again, these two are real special to me. I really like these figures. Definitely some of my favorites. And it's nice to have both of them again. And that's about all I have to say for Beast Wars Depth Charge. I definitely recommend tracking one of these down. I got mine on eBay, so you can check there. I believe there were a bunch more there. I paid a little bit more for the box and everything, but you definitely don't have to do that. I recommend anyone get this figure. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is one of the better designed Beast Wars figures. And it is, simply put, incredible. I love this toy, and I think you will too. Links to my Twitter and my Instagram are in the description down below if you would like to follow me there. And thank you so much for watching this video review of Beast Wars Depth Charge. I have been Inovia, and keep collecting, keep buying robots. Definitely buy this figure. Bye-bye.